Okay. It's nearly 2 a.m. and I'm very tired. Or a Monster 5 is exporting. In the meantime, I'm gonna do normal dungeon tier list, not hard dungeon. Not hard dungeon. Not gonna do that. This is just like story ones, and then anything that's like, even if it's a level 50 dungeon that you might unlock after story, but like not the hard versions. So like Sestasha, yeah. I'm including Ferris Sirius, and I'm including Hullbreaker Isle, and then not Snowcloak because I haven't done that. I didn't even know that was ARR. So spoilers, but I guess my life just freaking sucks. Get this out of here. Okay, Sestasha. Sestasha has side rooms, which is a plus. It's not very interesting. In fact, it has like nothing going for it whatsoever. That if you enemy, they'll put the orange lines on the floor, but that's all it's really got in terms of like mechanics. But that's most of the normal dungeons. I've done some hard ones now, and I've done some like hard mode, frickin' trials and stuff, and things get a lot more fun when you beat the main game. So I'm not ranking these as like insane mechanics. Like, oh yeah, this is its own tier list. That's why I'm excluding the hard ones, because it's not fair. Sestasha, you're like a C. You're like, if I get Sestasha, am I gonna kill myself? No. Am I gonna be thrilled? Probably not. I think there's some fun role play you can do in Sestasha. I might bump it up to B. It's kind of pretty. Um, that's about it. Tom Tara Deepcroft, controversial S tier. Um, most of the the peak LARP moments have happened in Tom Tara Deepcroft with me. It was can I even save but a single soul? And like, why are we killing people? This is wrong. And like Galvan the Dominator, and you're like, thanks of my friends. Pops limit break, so good. All the peak happens in there. It is just a straight line, with nothing really going on. I understand that. W Tom Sawyer Deepcroft. Unfortunately, Copperville Mines. It's also an S tier. Going down. It has going down humor. That's an S tier. That's S tier humor. So it gets S tier. Anyway, Halatali. I don't remember Halatali. I'm gonna put it in a D because I don't remember. But being forgettable doesn't necessarily mean you're like my op. Like if I remember you enough to hate you, you're probably in F tier, and that's where 1,000 Miles of Toto Rat gets to go. It's a straight line, same boss 2 times. There is some humor value in that. I'm pretty sure Toto Rock is where Annoying, by the way, happened, which I did not clip, but we reference it all the time. You'll hear us say it all the time in the clips. We had someone who Aura walked with us and did everything with us, but then said annoying, by the way, at the end before leaving. It was either Toto Rock or Sunken Temple of Karn where that happened. I don't remember. But 1,000 Miles is terrible. Someone showed me a map of what it used to look like, and it actually made sense because it was like a bunch of different pathways, and it's like, oh, that's the 1,000 Miles because it's freaking a million different directions, and you had to like explore and find your way through. Wow. But now it's just a straight line with the same boss twice. Boring. Hake Manor. I haven't run it with people, so there's no humor value in it. But dungeon-wise, I think the setting is fun. I think it's mostly straight lines, but there's some side rooms, and you don't necessarily know where to go the moment you walk in. And the boss is cool. They do that Gmod stock horror scream, which I like. W. I'll put it in A tier because it's good. Sestasha I think is too. I think this makes more sense. Sestasha is too high. Hake Manor isn't the best thing in the world. Unlike Brave Flox's Longstop, which doesn't have much humor associated with it, but I really like the dragon fight for some reason. I remember it very fondly. It would like put stuff all over the floor, and it's like, oh, you gotta get away from those, and then it would do the line. It's like, oh, you gotta watch out for the line. Oh my god, and then a big fucking line appears on the floor, and 30 seconds later, it's engulfed in fire. You gotta look out for that. I'm very fond of it. Also, you do it for the cheese, which is W. But no humor, really. Like, my first go through it was funny, because I was Gladiator, and I died to the first pack. That's pretty funny, but there's not, like, a joke. Sunken Temple of Karn. I think it's also an A tier. I've had a bit more funnies, because I did it with, like, Alex, and, my friends, we're always yapping, we're always on something. But definitely not an S tier dungeon. Cutter's Cry. What's the boss called? Chimera? It's Chimera, right? The final boss of this dungeon was the first one where I was like, okay, that was fun. That was, like, fun to do. Because I did it before this one. I did Cutter's Cry first because I was doing side content, epic style. The rest of the dungeon, I don't remember. I think the Antlion Queen is the first boss I had to click interject on, and I was like, oh shit, things are getting serious now. But I've maybe clicked it twice in my entire life. I like Cutter's Cry. I think it is the first S tier from pure gaming. Stone Vigil is the second. Stone Vigil's fucking funny because we got the Stoneblood Knight thing going. And I had the run after I had sold my axe, which you don't have context for me selling my axe, but I make humor about it in the dungeon. I don't know how many of those clips survived, because Aura Monster 4 went through, like, Metal.tv was pissing me off, so a lot of clips are missing, presumed Fred, currently. But the Stoneblood Knight humor I know is in the video. I don't know if the I sold my axe humor is in there, but the run where I sold my axe is fucking funny. Also, I don't know if any of this stuff were Alex. No, none of that's in Aura Monster 4, but okay, just trust me on this. A lot of funny shit happened in Stone Vigil. Dismal Darkhold. I like the final boss. I don't remember anything except for the final boss. I like that he does the whole, like, oh, you need to break my crystals to keep hitting me, but he actually, like, you run over to the crystal and you just, and, like, the big line appears. It's like, oh, shit, he's trying to stop us. That's good. I like that. I'm not sorting these in the ranks, by the way. Just, they're all, on the same tier as far as I'm concerned. Aurum Vale. I like Aurum Vale. You have to, like, eat the thing. You have to eat the fruit to dispel the debuffs. I think it's a fun theme as far as, like, a cave dungeon goes. I think it's, like, one of the more interesting cave dungeons. I only ran it the once. I think you get Morble Seedling Pet from it. That's good. Not much innate humor value in there, I don't think. I don't think we made much jokes. I'm gonna save these two for last. I wish this also had trials on it, because I'd love to talk about Ultima Weapon. I guess I'll have to do trials when I do, like, post-patch stuff, because I think there's, like, 1 million more trials, and I've only done, like, 4, so, shrugs. Let's do the Wanderer's Palace. I like the Wanderer's Palace. I think I'm pretty sure that's the one with all the tonberries, and, like, they chase you through the halls. I like that. I really hope that's Wanderer's Palace, because I might not remember. But I think that's a fun dungeon. It's very quirky, and I'm thinking about it while I'm going through it. I don't think bosses have many mechanics. I might put it I feel like maybe these need to be lower. These are more like Hawking Manor tier. I think this is better. Because when I think of these two, I'm like, oh, I like those ones. When I think of these ones, I'm like, I liked one thing about them. Cutter's Cry is also kind of like that, isn't it? Maybe Cutter's Cry down here. Okay. Readjusting. Ampidor Keep. Thinking. That's the one. Ampidor Keep has Demon Wall, right? That's the one where, like, it's demons. And Lost City of Ampidor is, like, it's mushrooms. I might need to Google this. Let me get. I'll just do it on my phone, so I can keep staring at the screen for cohesion's sake. Excuse me. Shut up. Shut up. God. People these days just yapping. Ampedor Keep buses. Let's see. Oh, it's yapping, it's yapping, it's yapping. No, I don't need the whole how to beat them list. I just want... Okay, Demon Wall. Demon Wall is Ampedor Keep. That's funny. Demon Wall's funny. What was the final boss of this? It's just like a thing. It's like a demon. Is this the one... No, this final boss is like... nothing. But Demon Wall is funny. I really like Demon Wall. So I'll put it in B. I think Ampedor Keep also has there's like a demon brick pit you can get, which I don't have. So okay, the Lost City of Ampedor. I think there was a bird boss in it. Not to be confused with Ampedor Keep. Lost City of Ampedor. I think having to Google stuff should knock you down some points if I just like don't remember innately. I'm trying to speedrun this because reminder, it's 2 a.m. Decaying Gormand, he like eats you. I remember that. Diabolos, that's the one where you have to go in the doors. That's fun. This guy has like mechanics, which is interesting. Or the Ariok, I think that's the bird. I don't remember if the bird like did anything. I don't think it did that much, but I think it's definitely better than Ampedor Keep. So I'll put it up here. That one's mostly like mechanically fun. Not really much humor, I don't think. Now Pharaoh Sirius, you won't see this one for a long time. This will probably be like Aura Monster 6 or maybe even 7. But we got the group of all time for Pharaoh Sirius, so I'm pretty positive on it. I think it has fun theming. But it's really easy because it's not a hard mode dungeon. So, but you know, I shouldn't really count that. The problem is I did this one after doing several hard dungeons. So like my brain was tainted by this point, so I was a little underwhelmed. So I'm gonna... I mean, if Lost City gets to go up there, I think Pharaoh Series should go up there. And the immense humor in this one. So, W. Hullbreaker Isle had going down humor. There's one point where you jump off a ledge and it's going down. And it has the gorilla, which is very funny. Gorilla funny. So maybe, you know, Hullbreaker Isle. I don't like the final boss. I did not like the final boss. But gorilla funny. And the oh look, treasure. And you go to the treasure chest and it's like an evil treasure chest. And you go, ah, no, that's a dirty trick. That's funny. So I'll give it an A tier. That's A tier. Castrum Meridianum, that's the one where it's like oil, 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 oil. And it has, this is the boss says goddamn at one point. And I like the white woman jump scare boss fight. She has fun patterns, I think, and it's the first time you start seeing a boss where it's like, oh shit, they actually have like mechanics. What the? Because they save all the mechanics for the final like three important characters, which is pretty cool. I'm gonna give that. I mean, it's objectively more interesting than like every single thing right here in terms of gameplay. It's funny. Okay, yeah, sorry. It should just go up here. Praetorium, I've only run the one time. Gaius is very fun. Gaius is a fun boss fight. I think it just also goes in S tier. Like, the problem is these two are so much more mechanically interesting than literally everything else down here. Also, it's got the height moments. The only thing knocking them is like you have to watch the movie, but like who gives a hoot? Okay, I speedran this. Okay, Manor. Yeah. Am I including anything else here? No. All of this will be a different list when I finish. I hope I can find a list that's like also includes the trials and raids on one, because I want to rank all of that together. But this is pre, like before post game content. This is the list. So I hope you like my opinions. I'm going to bed. Good night.